Hi, Virgo. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for September of 2020, which is generally your month. Mars has gone retrograde for real. Mercury's direct and fast. Woohoo! Good news for Virgos. And Venus is too. And Julia's going to kick us off with some thoughts about this Mars retrograde. Take it away, Julia.
All right, Jamie. Well, hey there, Virgo. So Mars, the planet of action, the planet of anger, goes retrograde on September 9th in your eighth house. This is the house of other people's money, the money you share with people you're close to, like a shared credit card, a shared mortgage, or also money that you share with institutions like the IRS, banks, loans, investments, those types of things. So you could be running into a lot of frustrations, maybe even a few flare-ups over money. Maybe you're applying for a loan and you don't get and it gets denied, for example. The eighth house also rules research and investigation, so you could also be running into a lot of frustrations and blockages with some research project that you've been doing or some matter that you've been trying to investigate. You might need to redo the whole thing again.
Hey, Julia,
And then,
doesn't that house
yeah,
also govern sexuality and intimate connecting?
yes, it does. Along with the eighth house is kind of like intimate sexuality versus the fifth
Yes.
house, which is just sort of more like fun
Yes.
sexuality.
True. Yeah, so that could get a little squirrely too, I guess.
Yeah, maybe sexual frustration, for example, could be
Oh,
one way to
well.
look at that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Surely.
then, and between the September 10th and the September 12th, all of the outer planets, including Mars, is going to go retrograde all at once. So I've been telling everybody that the month of September isn't a great month to start anything new, especially close to those dates,
Yeah.
because when you have a lot of retrogrades during some new cycle of activity, it tends to get kind of, a little bit fuzzy, a little bit squirrely, a little bit unpredictable.
Yeah, so true.
And Jamie and I actually did a video on Mars going retrograde and triggering the pandemic hot degree in our 2020 news playlist. So if you want to see how the cycle is going to affect the world, then I totally recommend that. And then other planets to think about this month, we've got Mercury, who is going direct and fast, and it enters Libra on September 5th, which is your second house. So the second house, also another money house, it's also the house of values. So even though you might be facing a lot of frustrations with money, you're definitely going to be thinking about it a lot. You're going to be planning and strategizing. So Mercury, the planet of communication and mentation, is moving direct and fast this month, and it enters Libra on September 5th, which is your second house. This is the house of possessions and money and also your values too. So while you might be facing a lot of frustrations with money, you're also going to be strategizing. You're going to be thinking a lot about how to sort of create more security through money in your life while Mercury's in this house. You also might spend some time this month communicating your values to other people, whether those are your political values, your family values, or any faith values that you have, such as spiritual values. And then Venus, the planet of art, beauty, relationships, she's also moving direct and fast, and she enters Leo between September 5th or 6th, depending on where you are in the world, and that correlates with your 12th house. This is the house of seclusion. This is the house of sacrifice. So if you're kind of on your own, you're probably going to be, single, you're going to be enjoying a lot more alone time than being super social, super out there. It's probably not a great time to try to meet somebody new to date. And if you're with a partner in a relationship, then you could be making sacrifices for them or trying to help them through something somehow. Trying to think of what else to say about Venus in the 12th. Oh, yeah, sometimes Venus in the 12th can have some issues around boundaries within a relationship. So just try to make sure that you know where yours are and that you're communicating them well.
Yeah. Yeah, the sextile to Mercury should help with that. So there are a couple of moons going on this month too. On September 1st, we have got a full moon in Pisces, which is happening in your seventh house of partnership, opposite the sun in Virgo in your first house. And we're calling this moon dream. Where are my notes about it? Dreaming plus strategic action. So there is this quality of the moon in Pisces bringing dreaming faculties to whatever house it's in your case, the seventh. So you might be dreaming about relationship more than you're actually doing it, but you might be formulating strategies for how you actually could do it in the future. And if so, don't worry about your single status. It will probably be handled, just not right now. Then the other moon that's coming up is on the 17th. And here it is right there in your first house. New moons bring the quality of new beginnings. They're kind of like times to plant seeds, and you don't see results right away under a new moon because you plant things in the dark and then they grow and they blossom later on. And that's very much the quality of this moon. And where you're planting seeds is in your very self, in your actions. Now, we've called this moon Integrity Holds the Key because Virgo is all about integrity. And because it falls in your house of action, this would be a great time to take actions that are that have a quality of integrity to them. And if you do, the benefit is that you may find yourself easing the quality of oppression that you and the rest of us are feeling right now under the pandemic. The reason for that is that this new moon forms a beautiful trine over here to Saturn and Pluto, which are clustered right in the spot of the pandemic hot degree, which they formed back in January. So this moon offers a sort of a respite for that, and for you, Virgo, that might feel very personal in terms of stuff that you can, find actionable. So you can always find more great stuff like this on our channel on YouTube, Pandora Astrology, organized into monthly news playlists. You can find our monthly forecast on our website, Pandora Astrology, along with horoscopes and readings too. You can find us at pandoraastrology.com/services. If you want a reading about anything that this horoscope brought up, we'd love to meet you. And until next month, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.